Hello, I'm Erika Peterman, Managing Editor at the Florida Medical Association. Today we're joined by a special guest, FMA member Dr. Christie Sain. Dr. Sain is a graduate of the FMA's 2012 Leadership Academy, a program designed specifically to prepare young doctors to become leaders within the medical profession. Dr. Sain is a family practice physician who serves as medical director at Patients First in Tallahassee, and she visited FMA headquarters to share her views on the future of medicine, the challenges ahead for young physicians, and the importance of getting involved.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Sain, who or what inspired you to become a physician?
I actually originally credit this to Sesame Street, according to my mother. So when I was 3, I was watching an episode of Sesame Street, and there was a character doctor helping a character patient, and I asked her what they were doing, and she said, well, the doctor's helping the patient feel better, and I said, well, that's what I'm going to do when I grow up. Now, do I believe that? I don't know. It's a great story. But as time went on, I did get involved in medical societies even in high school, as young as in high school, and just kind of grew on that idea that I really, really did want to help people. And for whatever reason that I wanted to do it through medicine, that I was really drawn to medicine. And that developed into shadowing different physicians, and then a mission trip to Haiti kind of solidified it. Seeing these people that just didn't have access to care and were really suffering and over little things that could be prevented. And I realized that that's what I wanted to do, preventative medicine for people here in our country, and applied, and the rest is history.
So why did you choose to specialize in family medicine?
Well, I worked at Patients First as a medical assistant before I even went to medical school. So I had this background in family medicine already. And went into medical school saying family medicine. But then my 3rd year rolled around, and in clinicals, you do all the different specialties, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, specialty rotations. And each specialty I would say, oh, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a surgeon now, or I'm going to be an obstetrician now, or I'm going to be a psychiatrist now. And I was working with a mentor that year, and every time I changed my mind, he said, you're going to be a family medicine doctor. You're going to be a family medicine doctor. And at the end of it, I said, why do you keep saying that? He said, because you like everything, and that's kind of the point of family medicine, is you get to do everything. And he was right. So here I am.
When did you first join the FMA, and why do you think it's important for doctors, especially young doctors, to become members?
I first joined in medical school, did some of the days at the Capitol events, and got involved that way, and realized how important it was to be politically involved, whether through organized medicine or not. But then I realized it was organized medicine for physicians that really got the ball rolling politically. To the second question, I think it's very important for us to be involved in order to stay abreast as to what's going on with our profession politically, and to help drive change. Because if we're not involved, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu, basically. So it keeps us involved, keeps your name out there, let people know what's going on in medicine politically, and try to help drive that change in the direction that's good for all of us.
A Physicians Foundation survey had some pretty bleak news about young physicians and their outlook on the future of medicine. At a time when so much is changing and there's so much uncertainty, what keeps you motivated?
At the end of the day, it's all about the patients. I mean, all of this stuff, you can talk about politics, you can talk about organized medicine, but the reason why you're doing it is for your patients. To provide them better care, to give them the things that they need, to better their ability for access to care, but it's not just access to care issues, it's making sure that they're getting quality care. And so that's what keeps me motivated despite everything else that's going on.
The leadership torch is being passed to a new generation of physicians. What prompted you to join the FMA Leadership Academy?
It was the next step in my leadership journey, I guess you could say. I've been involved on the board of the Capital Medical Society and on the board of the Florida Academy of Family Physicians for some time now, and kind of thought, well, I haven't done as much with the FMA, and where do I go with these board positions from here? And how do I become more involved from where I am right now? And the Leadership Academy was the perfect opportunity for that. I just saw it as a way to kind of take that next step. And that's exactly what it was for me. It was the next step, not just to get more involved with the FMA, but all the way around. What am I going to do with all of this stuff that I've been doing? And so the Leadership Academy really helped solidify that for me.
How was the Leadership Academy experience, and what did you get out of it?
It was an amazing experience. It was 5 sessions, and each session was just so jam-packed with amazing information about how to be a better leader, it was sort of, I kind of define it as a little MBA for doctors. It's not so much medicine as it is how do you become a more effective leader, somebody that can manage people better. That's patients, staff, everything, everybody that's around you. And how do you do that effectively and in a way that is just more effective?
What is the best thing about practicing medicine, and what are some of the biggest challenges?
The best thing about practicing medicine definitely is the patients. Being able to be their cheerleader, their advocate, watching them make positive changes based on your suggestions, being part of that team effort in making their lives better, their health better, and keeping them healthy is definitely the best thing about practicing medicine. The challenges, I guess right now, it's trying to see more patients in a shorter amount of time, kind of feeling that pressure to do that. I'm lucky in that Patients First doesn't hound us too much that way. I know some of the other practices do. And so I still feel like I can provide quality care to my patients. But that is certainly a challenge. And then, of course, also dealing with HMOs and kickbacks and, medication overrides and just the paperwork of it all can be challenging on a day-to-day basis. But you do it, and you do it because, again, it comes back to the patients, and you want to do the best thing by your patients. So it's a challenge, but it's a workable challenge.
Dr. Sain, thank you so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me, Erika.